Hi guys, welcome back to the Vegan Vanity Fair. For today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a very smoky eye using some blues and some purples, a lot of shimmer, some cut eyeliner, and then also some false lashes to add extra volume to the look. And this look I did a while back when Alice in Wonderland came out, the second part, and I was inspired by the Queen of Hearts. So this is where this makeup look came about, and if you guys want to know how to achieve this look, keep on watching. So because this is a very dark eye look, I'm going to actually begin by applying all of the eyeshadow. That way, if there's any fallout, I can go ahead and easily clean that up, and then once I'm done with the eyes, the eyebrows, I'm going to go ahead and apply the foundation. So first I'm going to start off with the eyeshadow from Root Pretty in the shade Paris, and I'm going to put that all over my lid, like on my entire lid, almost all the way to my eyebrow. And I'm going to leave very little space between the eyeshadow and the eyebrow. I'm going to go in with the Real Techniques eyeshadow blending brush. This is the 203. See how I left just a small amount of space between where I took the eyeshadow and my eyebrow, because I don't want for it to get all mixed in. Also, whenever I conceal my eyebrows, that way there's enough space to blend out the concealer. So now to start darkening up the look a little bit, I'm going to go in with the Freak Show Strobe Cosmetics eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to use the shade Twisty, which is this one over here. And I'm going to start applying it to the crease. I'm really going to blend it out. Because I don't want it to be a very defined crease, I'm just going to go ahead and use again the Real Techniques 203 blending brush. It's not a very precise brush, as you can see, so I'm not really worried about that. I'm going to start on the outer corner and I'm going to work it into the inner corner. Start smoking it out a little bit more, I'm going to go in with the Root Pretty loose eyeshadow in shade Galaxy, and I'm going to distribute it evenly right where I put that dark purple from the Strobe Cosmetics Freak Show palette. I'm going to go in with something a bit more precise, so this time I'm going to use the Eye Catching Crease brush from MOTD Cosmetics. This is basically going to be like a transition eyeshadow. That way there's not that big of a difference between the purple and the blues that I'm going to be using in a blending in the blues, and I'm going to start by applying the ColourPop Cosmetics Rex eyeshadow. I'm not going to put it entirely all over the lid, it's just going to be on the outer corner and the inner corner, and then blend it out on the crease part. As you guys can see, this has a bit of a blue and a purple shimmer to it, so that's why it's going to transition in very well with the purple that I used a little while ago. very center of the eyelid, I'm going to go in with the shade Coconut as well from ColourPop Cosmetics. And it's a bit different from the Rex eyeshadow. This one is more of a brighter blue. The other one was more of a midnight purple hue kind of blue. We're just going to blend it all into the rest of the eyelid. The bottom part of my eyelid. We're done with the eyeshadow part. We're going to do a winged liner now, and then we'll get to the rest of the foundation, contour, blushing, all that good stuff. So for eyeliner, of course, I'm going to be using the Showing eyeliner from the Balm. This has no shimmer to it. It's completely matte black, and it's my personal favorite eyeliner. The tip is very, very precise, so you're really able to do that perfect cut wing.
Throw your cranes up.
The reason why I didn't put any eyeshadow on my lower lash line, or I'm not going to put any mascara on it either, is because I'm going to do it once I'm done with my foundation. That way whenever I go in with my concealer, I don't erase any of the makeup that I'm going to put on my lower lash line. I am going to be going in with the Ardell Glamour eyelashes in volume 105 in shade black. I haven't used fake eyelashes in a very long time, but this look, I feel like we just have to have some dramatic eyelashes on there. Then you give it about 10 seconds for the glue to dry up a little bit, because you don't want for the fresh glue to like run into your eye. Fresh glue can be very, very runny, so you want to wait a little bit before you apply it. Okay. I don't use tweezers or anything, I just do it with my fingertips. For mascara, but only on my top lashes for now, I'm going to be using the 100% Lash Mascara from Root Pretty. And I'm just going to go ahead and do that, not to give the eyelashes any more volume because I don't need any more volume, but to just bring them together and keep them a bit more safe, basically. For eyebrows, of course, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Pomade, and this is in the shade Chocolate. I'm going to be going in with the MOTD Cosmetics Straight to the Point Angle Brush, and that way I can be really, really precise. just to keep the eyebrows on check, I'm going to be using the Milani Easy Brow Tinted Fiber Gel. This is in the shade Dark Brown, and this is just going to help keep them in place. Now, because I have really dry skin, I like to use the raw shea butter infused with frankincense and myrrh from Nubian Heritage. Not only does this hydrate my skin, but it also works as an awesome makeup primer, because raw shea butter is kind of like coconut oil. Because of the temperature, like the cold temperature, it'll stay like in a solid state. So once it cools off on my face, it's really gonna hold the makeup. Now I'm going to be going in with the Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Vanilla, and I'm going to be applying this with my Luxie Beauty, the 530 flat top kabuki brush.
Throw your cranes up.
Now for concealer, I'm going to be using again the Born This Way by Too Faced in the shade Light Medium, and I'm going to apply it in a triangle, upside down triangle shape in my under eye area, a little bit on my chin, bridge of my nose, and a little bit on my forehead as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and blend it out with the same, the 530 flat top kabuki brush. I haven't been using my beauty blender a lot recently. I've been obsessed with this brush because it gives you that like airbrush finish. So I've been using it a lot lately. This is why I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of the eyeshadow on my lash line at the very end, because if I had done it when I did all of my other eyeshadows, after I applied the concealer, I would have messed it all up. Now we're all done with foundation and concealer. All that is left to do is apply some blush, a little bit of bronzer, highlight, and then the rest of the eyeshadow. For contour, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette in the shade Dulce de Leche. And I'm going to be using the contour, which is on the side. Blush, I'm going to be using the Mystique Blushing Bronze from Root Pretty. And this is a very, very shimmery blush, and I went ahead and opted for that because the eyes have a lot of shimmer going on, so I wanted to add more shimmer to the look.
Throw your cranes up.
Now I'm going to be going in with the Root Pretty White Gold Illuminator, and I'm going to go ahead and put that on the very top of my cheekbones, tip of my nose and a little bit on my Cupid's bow. Now to finish off the eyes, I'm going to go ahead and use the ColourPop Coconut Shade Eyeshadow. And I'm going to go ahead and put it on the bottom of my waterline. And then I'm going to go ahead and put mascara on. To finally finish off the look, I'm going to be going in with the Arome Matte Liquid Lipstick in shade Miss Mauve. There you guys have it, the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and if you want to see more in the future, or if you want to check out some other videos that I've done in the past, be sure to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Bye guys.